I'm going to start from the beginning and do a yard tour. Not quite the beginning yet. Hopefully it's not too long. Hey, that's our neighbor's dog. So from the very beginning, you'll see that there's a June plum, and it's in a pot. I will be removing it from the pot. And there's also sea grapes. There's 2 of them. Hoping that it will grow really big and give me some privacy. And this is the front. There's hedging. Now as you go further, there are tiny pigeon peas that were sowed in the ground, hoping to fix the nitrogen in the soil. And then let's continue. There is what we call a common mango, started from seedling. Intentionally put here because if it doesn't survive, then that's okay. And under the pine are 2 pineapples. Well, it was 1, but I guess it's now 3. And to continue, another avocado from seed. For nothing else, privacy and shade. It's very tiny. We'll see if it makes it. And then here we have an ever-bearing mulberry. One of my favorites. Very delicious fruit. And you can see that it's quite ever-bearing. Continue. And then this is another native Florida mulberry, although it's not doing well. Definitely gonna cut it all the way down, probably after I record this. And then here we have another mango, started from seedling. Again, if nothing else, it will produce shade. And my favorite, Jamaican strawberry. Tastes like cotton candy. You can see that it's producing small little tiny fruits are shooting up all over. And then here we have a Barbados cherry. This is the infamous one single cherry tree. So far, nothing. Just lanky and skinny and nothing. Then over here, gooseberry. As I previously recorded, lots of ants infested it. Bared like 3 or 4 fruit, and I picked them off and tossed them out to give it time to grow better and stronger. And now here we have a potted, I believe it's Brockton avocado. Had a lot of flowers and buds, but they fell off, with the exception of that tiny one there. It's the only one, and I'm not counting them. But then look at what we have, this gigantic mushroom growing in the pot. And then as we come closer to the front, this is literally my favorite. This is a dwarf Julie mango. And it's the first mango tree to produce anything. And look how tiny. I don't even know if this thing without the blossoms is a foot tall, but it produced 2 tiny baby mangoes last year, and of course they fell off. They didn't make it, but this year you can see that we might get a lot more. And then across from that Julie, we have a super Julie grafted, in bloom, full bloom. I think this is the first year I've had it here, and so far it looks like it might produce something, but again, focus on growth, less on fruit production. I don't know what this is. Let me know. Some weird stuff going on there. Oh, and this one is my favorite. This is a jujube tree. Apparently the fruit tastes like apple. Well, I don't know. Again, this is new, and it will be planted in the ground pretty soon. That's just something that I was going to use to dig a trench, but changed my mind and it's still hanging out. And then this is another mango from seedling. I have no idea what it is, but it's there. And this is my peach tree. It has the most delicious peach I've ever had in my life. And it's a variety made for Florida. And as you can see, there are some peaches on the tree. If we look around, you'll see different areas. See one over there, a couple over there. And then their blooms are so pretty. Like, look at this. Look at that. How gorgeous that is. There we go. So that's my favorite. And across there we have a papaya in the pot. I'm gonna move all the ones we see in a pot that are this mature, this big. We're gonna be moving them in the ground now that I figured out where they will do best. So this is papaya, nothing yet, but look at the base. It's beautiful, absolutely stunning. And then this is an avocado. I believe this is a Haas avocado that I put in the ground. Didn't grow, and so I left it, and then I put this up just to remind myself where it was. And then all of a sudden, a few months ago, from nothing came here. So we'll see what happens. Again, it's a seedling. It'll probably take a few years. And then here we go again, another seedling, avocado seedling. But the irony is, once I put these in, these two seedlings, and I'll show you the other one, that one over there that I just showed you started growing. I think it might have something to do with me planting these here, but I don't know, maybe. And then again, here we have another mango seedling. This was given to me by a friend of mine. The fruit was given to me by a friend of mine, and I planted the seed. Then as we come over here, we have what all Barbados cherry trees should look like, at least the ones that are here. Healthy and strong. Not quite producing yet. Well, it did, but not in abundance because it's new in the ground. But there were a few, the birds got them, pretty sure. Excuse the mess. And here we have a guava. I think this is the Pisidium guava. And as you can see, there are fruit on the tree. Should be in the ground, but has not been planted in the ground. But it will be. And then here we go again. Banana, dwarf banana. This one was dying at Lowe's, and then they had it in the discount section, or clearance section, so I bought it. And now it's thriving, but I haven't put it in the ground because I didn't really want to waste the space digging it up, and then it just died. But as you can see, it's kind of flourishing, even in the cold, outdoors. Come on, Lowe's, get it together. And then we have this is another Barbados cherry. This is in a pot. You can see the difference. It's flourishing in the pot. Although I just noticed there's some stuff going on here. Gotta cut that out before it spreads. I don't know what it is. But it depends. Like some flourish well in the containers, and then some flourish well in the ground, and then some flourish like that. And here's another one. I really love the fruit, so I have a lot of these. Because the fruit is not that abundant, but it is it's very tasty. And here I have a fig. I'm not sure what variety of fig this is, but it's definitely time to put it in the ground. I think the sun is baking it. It probably needs some more shade. So I'll eventually put it in the shade. And then another little avocado from seedling. I don't know what I'll do with that, but I'm probably going to leave all the avocado seedlings and all other seedlings in the containers for a number of years before putting them in the ground, not to waste space. And then here we have a few seeds that I planted in the kitchen or from the kitchen. And this, I believe these are lemon and some orange, and this might be a sorrel. And then here, my most promising mango. This I bought 7-gallon, and I believe this is Kerry mango. Yeah, this is Kerry mango. And blossoms. I'm not really concerned about fruit right now, just concerned about growth. Again, we'll keep them small, but I like where it's at. It's really, really pretty. And then here I have another dwarf banana. This is the first banana plant I ever picked up, and it's been here for 2 years. And I've not seen anything happening. I'm not quite thrilled. I feel like I just want to take it over. But it probably needs some sort of work. I don't know. Let me know. There it is. Here, under the shade, you can see I have a little bit of a soursop in the pot. It's a 1-gallon pot. And it's here. It was on clearance. I picked it up, nurtured it, and it's doing well. So I'm gonna leave it here for a while. Under here, my baby, I have a guinness that I started from seed, and it's outdoors. It's been outdoors for a few months. I mean, listen, it is what it is. The strongest will survive, and so far it's doing quite well. And then we're gonna go down to the other side where we have, remember that driveway that I was doing? There it is. Anyway, this mango from seedling again. It's actually doing okay. Again, if they produce, great, but if nothing else, it'll be for shade and for a great driveway path. And another Barbados cherry, of course, my favorite. And here it is. It's tiny but mighty, and it is coming along well. And a small, pathetic looking mango, but keeps pushing off new growth, so I'm going to just leave it where it is. I even considered putting down some mature trees, but I think for now we're okay. I'm not in a rush. I'm not going anywhere. And this is another soursop. Very tiny, but it's doing well. It's been outside for a few months, and hoping everything out here survives. And as we move along, we have another mango from seedling. And this mango actually came from my neighbor's tree, and the mango is very delicious. And I believe, no, actually no, sorry, this is a common mango, very tiny, sweet. Yeah, this is a common mango, my bad. Yeah, because this is going to be true to seed. There you go. And then as we come here, this isn't a fruit tree, but it's a hibiscus. This one has a mind of its own. It's been coming and going for years, and right now it's halfway there. Halfway there, coming or going, don't know. Now this is the one that I was saying that came from the neighbor. It's very similar to that one, the mango tree, and this I believe is a Haitian. They call it a Haitian mango. I don't know why. And then as we go over here, this is literally my favorite apple in the world. I don't know what's gonna happen with it, but I'm hoping it will have apples on it one day. But it was this little lanky, skinny thing. Still skinny, but now there is new hope, new growth. So I'm excited for that. Again, over here, you're gonna see that I did the same thing as I did on the other side, which is putting down those small pigeon peas. And you can see that there's a little bit of a walkway path here, and they're coming along. So hopefully they'll grow. There's a lot that needs to be thinned out, but I'll wait for them to grow up a bit bigger before I thin them out. You know, the strongest one. And then over here, can't see anything really, but if you look closely, those little tiny, those are dragon fruits. I just threw the seeds down and boom. And then on there are some dragon fruit on this kind of archery setup thing here. Okay, now let's go back over to this side here, where we have a little bit sad because I might have to move these, but I'm not worried about that today. This is an ackee tree. Ackee, I love ackee. I'm Caribbean, so ackee's always been like one of my favorite things, and I've got time, so here we are. So I planted one, and they're grafted, by the way. These are all grafted ackee trees. Here's another one, two. And then, oh, my pride and joy is my guinea tree. This is a grafted guinea tree, and it's doing exceptionally well here. Of course, we have a lot of years to go, but again, we better start small and kind of get an idea of what will grow and if the area is right. This is a mango. I don't know what's going on, but the leaves are turning, so I'm just going to take that off. Yep. And then here is my third ackee tree. A little dry from the sun, but once they continue to mature and get stronger, that will be a thing of the past. And here is my sugar apple. Oh, such a delicious and tasty fruit. Grafted. Again, it's, small, but there it is. Now, here we have another Caribbean staple, is the breadfruit. I am not sure why this is not doing well, so my plan is to go back to the rare fruit show this year and get me 2 more and plant them in a different section. Oh, I just stepped in a whole section of the yard. And this here is a loquat. I got this from a homeowner who was selling their property and needed to get rid of all their fruit trees or everything that was in a pot, so I picked this one up. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I do enjoy a loquat fruit. And here's my nam dak mai, which I'm a little concerned because it's been like this for almost a year. Literally hasn't done anything in a year. I'm not sure why. It's just stagnant, not dying, not growing, nothing. Just grafted nam dak mai. Let me know in the comments what I should be doing, or if something is wrong with where it's planted. But it's got a lot of space, shade and sun. I don't know what's going on. And then here we have a carambola. I just put this one in the ground, so it's a little bit wilted. The leaves are a little droopy. That's okay. That happens when you put something new into the ground. But look at it. It's a big, beautiful tree, and hopefully it will give me some fruit and some shade. But look, you can already see there's one big fruit here, and there's a couple more that I saw, but I don't know where it is exactly because they're so camouflaged with the leaves in the earlier stages. Let me just doesn't need any water. Looks good. Maybe too much sun, but it will be okay. They thrive. And then we have another mango seedlings. And I'm not even going to bother to say what they are. Number one, I don't know. Number two, it's not going to matter. I don't know if they're going to be our fruit or taste like fruit. And then here we have my bananas. They're all Cavendish bananas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 at all different stages and all different lengths. I saw someone on a YouTube video do this or suggest this, so I did it. I don't know if I saw any improvement, but it's still early. There actually used to be one more, but surprisingly it died right down to the ground. I'm not sure why. They were all planted the same way. Some survived, that one did not. And here's another mango. It's actually doing well. I just saw this here. It looks like something's going on underneath that, so I'm gonna have to come back and clean these up a little bit. But this I got from a friend who planted a mango seed, and I was like, well, I'll take them off their hands because I don't want them. Or actually no, their place was going up for sale and they didn't want them, so I took them. And then this here, oh my goodness, this is the second thing I ever planted in my yard. This is a guinea tree. I bought it from a local Caribbean place, and I am not sure what happened. Well, okay, actually I am sure what happened. First, I planted it without this on it. My brother planted it, actually. I didn't plant it. My brother planted it. And then I didn't have this on it, and the gentleman that was cutting my lawn, he no longer cuts my lawn, chopped it right down. Like, look at that. He chopped it all the way down to there. And I was like, bummer. I put this around it. I figured, just since the stalk was there, I would put this here and see what happens. And it grew back, but nothing's going on. And now, this beside it is another guinea, but this one I planted this from seed. And in comparison, even the last two from seed are doing much better than that one that I paid like $50 for. Lesson learned. Plant your own seeds if you can. And then this here is my mountain sop. Sour sop, but from the mountains. I don't know. That's what they sold me on, and I bought into it when I saw it. I just liked it, and it was fairly inexpensive. And it's in a shaded area, but it's doing well. Okay, and over here, I don't know what's going on, but I planted yam here. And this might be the yam vine, I don't know. But I planted it here and that's what sprouted out. So unless something else is sprouting out, that's yam. Yellow yam. And those are my rose bushes where I've brought them out basically to fend for themselves because I was tired of taking care of them. I will cut them back a little bit, but we're not talking about roses. We're talking about delicious fruit trees and fruit forests. And here is my first ever dragon fruit. And I did see what I thought was a little baby dragon fruit. There is a video up there. And then here we go. There's the dragon fruit itself. And as we come back, oh my goodness, here we have our guava. In comparison to the guavas at the closer to the house and the ones further in the back, I think the ones closer to the house do much better. This is in a shady area, but there is sun. Look, there's lots of sun. And hasn't done much, hasn't even grown much either. But now I think it's starting to push out some new growth. So we'll see what happens. And then over here, just beside it, another guava. I do love guava. And you know, there's one fast food chain that sells the most delicious guava pie, and it's probably getting 10 pounds even those alone. So look at that. This one is doing really well in comparison to that. And they were relatively the same height. It just goes to show some have vigor, some don't. And speaking of some having vigor and some don't, this is my pigeon pea. Oh my goodness, look at this. Planted from seed about, I think 8 months ago, approximately 8 months ago. And here we are. But as you can see, this is literally toppling over to the floor. And I basically refused to do anything because I figured when these guys are out in the wild, who is cutting them? Huh? Nobody. So it's gonna stay there. These are mainly grown for chop and drop. I do love pigeon peas though, but I just can't deal with the process it takes to cook pigeon peas. It's too long. And this is another mango from seedling, and it's doing exceptionally well and it's growing quite large. I think this one is a few years old, probably 3 years old. And then that's, you know. Now as we continue further, this is more of the back side of the property. We have another another mango. This was also from seed, probably about 3 years ago. This was started from seed in a pot, transferred the pot, and then it grew so tall and skinny that I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna hack it off. And this was probably 2 months ago, in November. Oh, well, I don't know when. A couple months ago, anyways. I hacked it off, and now look. It's starting to do exactly what I want it to do. It's shooting out branches, little new shoots on the side. There's probably going to be more branches, which is going to make this a nicer, shorter, more lush tree. So in that case, I think I did well, although I was kind of sad. And here we go again. This was gifted to me by a friend of mine. Well, it's not a friend anymore. I don't know what happened. But anyway, this was gifted to me. This is a soursop. And I guess like the friendship died, this is, hopefully it will survive. But this is not really doing well over here. It's like looking a little burnt, and it's got those white things on it. So we're gonna have to come over here and do some hand cleaning, get all this stuff that's growing on them off. So that's a soursop there. And then as we go over here, we have a June plum. This is a dwarf June plum, and this is probably the third plant that I got. It was a June plum, and this produced so many tiny June plums in the container. So I decided I was gonna take it out of the container and plant it. And I planted 2 papaya trees beside it. Those 2 papaya trees have subsequently died. And then this June plum survived, although it's been I don't know, almost a year since I put it in the ground, and it has not done any of the amazing stuff that it did before, fruiting tiny June plums. Although I do see it, you know, flowering now, I have not actually seen any June plum. And then here we go. Here's my my second really big pigeon pea. And this one, you can see it's relatively stronger here than it was in the other area. But again, it's growing these beautiful peas. It's windy out today. And look, I'll probably eat them green before I eat them in rice and beans. Because I don't want to cook them unless I let them dry and ask my mom. And then here again, another mango seedling. Oh, hi cat. Hi Remy. Remy, I need you to move. And then here I have another really tiny. Hi Remy. Say hi Remy. Hi. Yeah. And then here we have another really. Can you move please? There we have another mango seedling, as well as over there another mango seedling. So as you can probably tell, my favorite fruit is ding 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 mango. And then here again, a mango seedling and coconut. Probably not the best area, but you know what? I figured I'm going to put it there. If it grows, great. If it doesn't, oh well, because I don't want coconuts falling on my head, so I planted it all the way in the back. And then this is another mango seedling. This is my olive tree. I wasn't sure if this was the best area for it, but it wasn't doing well in the extreme sun. And then since I put it here now, it's actually growing. It's growing. It's growing well. So I think it might do fine there, but we'll see. And then over here, oddly enough, there's a lot of weeds. I don't really mess around with the weeds anymore because it's a battle that I'm not going to win. So here's my other guinea tree. So I put in about 10 guinea seeds, and all of them took. So I planted a few in the ground, and then I still have a few in pots to experiment to see if they will last. Now here's a failed mango seedling. Although I don't know if it's really move Remy. Although I don't know if it's really failed, because you can see it's, even though I thought it was dying, it pushed out a new pushing out new leaves. Stop it, Remy. And then over here is my Scotch bonnet plant. Not looking too great over here. Okay, and my cat is distracting me now. And then there's another, I just tripped. There's another coconut. And over here where this little tag is, I don't know why I did this, but this guy's like, oh, if you put chocho in the ground, just throw it there. Don't. I'm like, how do you turn it? Which way do I turn? He's like, doesn't matter, just throw it in the ground and it will sprout up. Well, I threw the chocho in the ground 3 months ago, put the tags, nothing sprouted up. So I don't know if that's gonna work, or maybe this area. And this is that avocado I posted about that was looking so lush and green, and it was lush and green, but it was only growing on one single one single step, and I decided to cut. Remy, stop it. Decided to cut it in half, and there it started shooting out. So I think that's going to be a really good avocado from seed, because it actually started rooting inside of the avocado. So I think that's going to be a great avocado. And another great seed story is this one. Now, this one was given to me by my neighbor. down the road, not my direct neighbor. But anyways, so I planted it as my first mango experiment from seed, and within like a couple of months, this thing shot up. I swear it, to like 5 feet tall, almost as tall as me. But then I ended up cutting it back halfway, which wasn't too thrilled about. I was gonna cut it lower, but I didn't, so I cut it about halfway. And it's been a few months, and finally I can rejoice because it's starting to push out. So that means it's gonna grow. It's gonna be fine. Oh, and there we have my cat's going to the restroom right over there. I have my cherry tree. I did see some flowering, beautiful flowering on it, but they've already fallen off right there, and I believe right there. They look like fireworks, but now they just look like nothing. So this is a Suriname cherry tree. I've never tasted these, but this is literally the 3rd plant I have. So there. And I'm gonna take you over to the opposite side now. This is that area that I was cleaning, trying to figure out what to do with it. I had some avocados that I started from seed that I just kind of threw here in the back, and surprisingly, avocados are pretty resilient, because that's an actual avocado right there from seed. We'll see what happens with it. But I wanted to show you again. This is a mango, all the way in the back, just surviving. So every area on the property has a mango plant, because I want to know where it's going to flourish best. And then this, I have no idea what it is. I got it from a friend of mine. It was completely dead to this stalk, as you can see. I'm not even joking. And then all of a sudden it just started pushing out leaves, and then it pushed out new growth, and I don't know what it is, but it's under a big oak tree, and it's flourishing extremely well. And I can't even tell you if I have ever watered it, but there it is. And then this also is supposed to be a coffee plant, I believe. Again, I don't know. And then again, here is a mango seedling, of course, because I am obsessed with mangoes. And my almond tree. This sucker is just growing like crazy under the shade. So I think it's more of a shade plant than anything else. And then my mango, again, from seedling. My cassava, nothing much. I actually kicked it over, so I don't know if anything's gonna happen with that. And then my other guinea tree plant seedling, and then my other mango, and my final mango. Not really my final one, but for this video. Then we have another Brogdon avocado, which is actually my favorite. This is grafted. And then what inspired me to do this video is this beautiful mango tree planted from seed. Wow, so pretty. Let me know what you think about the tour. Like and subscribe. There'll definitely be more videos coming. We'll probably do a full tour of all the things that I want to plant in my yard to make it a Florida paradise. And don't forget to pick up a copy of Planting a Fruitful Oasis in South Florida. The link is in my bio. I'm just gonna run through this real quick. Oh, I have a couple more. You guessed it, mangoes. Started from seed. Probably gonna plant them on the opposite side around the property line as a hedge, and just kind of wait for them to grow out. And then there's another mulberry. This one is the dwarf variety of a mulberry. And then here again we have another 1 gallon soursop. And we have in between this, nestled away, is a Barbados cherry, because again, I absolutely love Barbados cherries, mulberries, bananas, mangoes, and I do enjoy pigeon peas. And here I planted a little hedge of pigeon peas. This one is in a pot, just to show that they do well in pots and in the soil. Look, this one is nice and bushy. They probably do need support, but again, I am not supporting them because I think they will do fine on their own, because I've seen it happen. And then here, oops, I don't want to step too much. Here's a American Beautyberry. Now this was growing abundantly well, and then I don't know what happened. It kind of died down, and I put it back in the, I took it out of the pot, put it in the ground, and it's coming back up. And then here's my lemon. It's actually, oh, there we go. It's pushing out fruit, but look at what we got there. I already got some fruit going on. I don't want to get poked by the thorns, but look what we got. We have lemon growing. This area is for my my flowers, so there's not much to see there, except, of course, you guessed it, some mango seedlings. This one it's doing well, and there's another little skinny one there. And then in the middle, I'm not gonna walk through because, as you can see, my flowers are coming up and I don't want to step on them. But there's a carambola which has been in the ground. Oh my goodness, this carambola has been in the ground for over a year, and then it died and it became this little piece of stick. Then it started growing up, but I don't know. And then beside it is a dwarf banana, which hasn't really done anything. I'll show you my other cherries, which is this one right here. In size comparison, this has been here longer and it's just not moving. I don't know if it's the area, I don't know if it's the soil, but again. And then we move over to here is my blueberries. Delicious. Oh, I still have the little blueberry tag. This tag has lasted on it forever. So this is my blueberry. And then we got mint, we got basil, we got raspberry in this planter. And then we have one of my favorites, goji berries. This plant died completely down. It was inside. It was doing well, but then it started dying, so I cut it all the way back, and now I put it outside, you know, completely dead in this pot. Goji berry, and it's thriving. And then there you can see another pigeon pea, and yes, of course, cat. And then another pineapple, and of course my favorite spices are the Jamaican Scotch bonnet peppers. And I decided to grow this one in my garden bed because of the quality of the soil and then the shade that it gets here compared to the other one. So it's doing really well. I don't know what that is over there, but I think it's a weed. And this is a lemon. This did really well. However, I thought the lemons were just a bit too hard. They were okay, but some of them, get out up there. They're a bit too hard. And then here are some onions. And then this, of course, is my raspberry. It's growing like mad. Growing like mad. It's growing like a weed more than anything else. I think it is enough. And then here are my tomatoes. These tomatoes were so prolific. I cried to get rid of them. And then I was like, oh man, they're not coming back. And it wasn't even planted in this bed. It was planted in another bed, and this bed didn't even exist. Then all of a sudden, guess what? They came back. I think they came back here. I don't know if it's the same variety. Hopefully it is. And they're going crazy, so I'm just gonna leave them and spread full mat here. Oregano. I'm gonna plant some stuff here. It's not quite ready, but you know, things are just popping off fast. Raspberries and another beauty berry. But what we do have here is some ginger. I'm going to actually try to plant out more herbs in these spots. So there you have it. My 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 garden beds and probably 80 fruit trees. And then of course other things going on. And this is basically the whole property. Let me know what you think. Again, you can also find my growing guide and planting a fruitful oasis in South Florida, because that's the only environment that I know about other than Canada, which I'm not there anymore. And I forgot this one. My jackfruit. Here is my jackfruit. It's doing well, although the leaves start turning brown. And then I believe I did this one, my mulberry. In between these, I used these to keep down the cardboard. So there you go. And I'll leave you with this one final thing. This video is going into like an hour long. Is my pond just off the deck. That's a tree that's so disappointing. Anyway, this is my pond. I've always wondered what I should do with this pond. Now don't forget that I am an independent woman, basically doing this all by myself, so don't tell me about digging it out. Just tell me something that's going to work, unless you have a crew or a team of people that want to volunteer to come and help me to dig it out and irrigate it and put a fountain and all that in there. But I would love to do all that, but what would you do in this present condition? Let me know in the comments what you think about this video. Might be a little longer than usual. I'm just ending it here, walking around the pond so you can have an idea of what the property looks like from different angles. I'm a little tired now because I've not had much to eat. Here is the video. And now I'm getting further and further into the back. Holy moly. Got a good visual of what's going on. There's my favorite tree, the oak that I sit under. Those two little chairs there. Sit under and just hang out. Let me know what you think.